Hello people, this is Ryder here to review the Avataro Sentai Donbrothers Change Hero 01 Don Momotaro Alter. So here we are, being forced to cover this inferior line of figures because there's just no purpose to the Change Heroes because you should just support Yudo. But because of the fact Donbrothers didn't have a mech for like the first 3 months, or the first 2 months, they decided to do the subsidiary of Change Hero figures that were basically somewhat the mech line and such. So again, here we have Don Momotaro Alter. It carries the same art style as the mech boxes, as you know, we see the form right there, along with the peach form. The top 01, then we got the actual product like so. The art yet again. The right side showing compatibility, and the left side showing the alternate form. And then this is just a bunch of warning stuff, and basically just tells you all the stuff you can do with it and such, and tells you to do stuff that you shouldn't be doing. False compatibility, because that's a common thing with this line. So here we are with the figure out of the box. Technically, this is the only accessory that's separate, because basically you have to assemble it, but obviously we'll get to that. But yeah, so here we have a Don Momotaro Alter, to which I think it's a fine design overall. I don't really like the stature the Change Hero is in, because it just looks off. Just because, I don't know. I don't really like how the arms are kind of stuck in this stature, and just, the arms look really stubby, but other than that, like, I think everything else looks fine. It's not really a lot of paint, but I'm pretty sure, like, it has everything it needs, like, the silver, the peach, the white. Not the back, but I mean, like, we got the Dawn Clan logo in the center. And then the legs, pretty fine. I do really like the big green neon shoes though. Basically what you can do with the Zonglass sword, this is supposed to be the Zonglass sword, is that you can slot that back there for it to holster it. And they do want you to do this, but to clip on the Don Momotaro Ultra gear, which you can't do with it being holstered, or because the two gears would conflict. I don't think this is accurate, but you can do it. Other than that, articulation, you have a full, you don't have a full head rotation unless you like move it up a bit, but it doesn't have a full head rotation. You can rotate the arm all the way through, you can somewhat move it up and down, and then you can bend it, but you can't, the bend is kind of limited. You can rotate the hand all the way, but this one's really, my left hand is really loose compared to the right hand. I don't know what happened here. And then you can move the shoulder pad like so. And then you can kick forward, kick back. Then you can bend the knee like so. And then the foot can move all around just because it is a ball joint. And then waist articulation like so. So obviously you can slap or clip the Zanglass sword down into the hand like so. And then, you know, you can do like some decent posing with it. It's just, like, you can do something like that. Like, I think when you have it bent down, it looks fine. Like, you just need to proportion out the shoulder pads, and then just, you know, do something like that. Like, it's passable and such. But, like, like, when you just have it standing, that's where it just looks bad. It just looks stubby. Like, it just looks really stubby. And just for a size comparison, here's the Yudo for Donbrothers. As you can tell, it's just really short. And then the figure art is a bit taller, but this is like, I'm always glad that the alters are accurate to how they are in the show, because the alters, like miniaturized versions, or they're like figure size to the point these are used within the show. And obviously the big thing with this one is that you can, like, basically how this starts off is that Donbrothers does start off as a peach, so, to which what you do to do that, you simply rotate the hands so they're facing out like so, and then you want to move the shoulder pads up and then clip them to each other. Then you want to bend the arm and then swivel it like so. And then I'll say the most difficult part are the legs, just because you want to turn them back, and then you want to actually turn this leg to like facing like that, and then bend the leg up like so. And then you want to turn the feet up like so to, you know, change it like so to become the beach. To which, you know, it's definitely interesting for sure. Again, you can technically, again, plug that back there, but again, it's not accurate. But it's definitely interesting, for sure. Because I think it does, like, overall, like, I think once you do understand how this works, it does work to an extent. But, you know, I can definitely see people not really being too big on this, especially because it is interesting just how, again, this is how he comes in, and then you just simply turn these like so. Like that. So, like, it is very quick. I'll give it that. But other than that, like, I put the boxes away, so I can't do my traditional, like, here's the box and figure. So that I'm gonna have that inconsistency. Also, just to point out too, like, obviously just because of the gimmick of the line, you can break this up into several parts, like the arms fall apart. Just everything comes apart. Like, so obviously I never bothered with the change heroes for Zenkaiger because I had no purpose on doing so. So obviously the issue with this is that you're gonna misplace pieces. So basically, you know, you can have the fun of like just mixing and matching and doing nonsensical combinations. But you know, it's just, I feel like it's just them trying to figuring out how to do something within, trying to make the line more than what it's supposed to be. And Zreigen does have both Mini-Pla, Donbrothers altars, but I think he stored them away, so I'm not gonna bother trying to find them. But, yeah, like, I think overall, he is fine, to an extent. He's just not really that well stable. Like, that's why I say just display him just crouching or something. Don't bother making him stand. Like, just make him do, like, a pose like this. I feel like that's, like, the only thing he's really good at. Because, like, he's just not that stable. Like, he's really loose. It's just not fun handling this figure. Just because of how loose it is. And, like, you're better off just getting the Mini-Pla. Just because the Mini-Pla is obviously a lot more superior. Always support Candy Toy. Don't bother supporting DX figures out of Bandai. Like, don't ever bother supporting the gimmick figures, because it's just like the Candy Toy division puts a lot more love into it and such. So, like, it is cheap. That's the good thing, at least. This is cheap for at least like $10 or like $8 or so. But you're better off getting the Mini-Pla. The Mini-Pla has a better Zonglass sword, a lot more better articulation, and just, you know, you can somewhat more compatibility. But like, you know, here they're like, you know, again, they force you to like buy into the DX line because of the gimmick. And it's just, again, it's alright. Not particularly like too big on it. Just support Mini-Pla. But that'll have to do with this review. This is way too long. This is Ryder and I'll leave people. Yeah, bye.